my lovely third graders. We are going to go over the fifth page, I think, in your homework practice. Let's see. It starts here at turtle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, it is the fifth page. And we are going to be doing the concept application. Okay, so go find the page that says concept application, and it starts with the problem that says number 1, Miss Kern. So go ahead and find this page. And all we are going to do, there's 6 problems on this side, and then we will also do the back, and there's 5 questions on this side. So 11 in total. We're going to knock out these 11 questions pretty quickly. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, 11 questions, Miss Amberies. No, we got this. We're going to work hard. We're going to get our good practice in and call it a day. I promise you this looks scarier than it actually is. So pause before we start. I want you to know that just because we see a bunch of words right here does not mean that this is going to take us forever and ever and ever to do. Okay? Realistically, we should be able to get these done in about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay? So let's go ahead and get going. Let's lock in. Lock it in, brother. Here we go. Okay. Number 1, it says Miss Kern flew 742 miles in a small plane in 2 days. Okay, so in 2 days, she flew how many miles? 742. She flew 378 miles on the first day. How many miles did Miss Kern fly the second day? Okay, so I'm just going to break this down to you in a strip diagram. I know that she, in 2 days, so day 1 and day 2, she did 742 miles. And on day 1, the first day, she did 378. So how many did she do in day 2? This is what our strip diagram should look like. Okay, well, we can already get off 2 answers. I'll tell you that. Because if I know that she flew 742 miles, could day 2 possibly be more than how much she flew altogether? No, this is not reasonable, and neither is B. Because if she only flew that in both days combined, then I cannot have a bigger number for one of my parts. So let's go ahead and subtract here. I have my hundreds, tens, ones, 742, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. And I'm going to take away 378 to figure out the missing piece. This strip diagram shows me that I have to separate to find the missing part, so I'm going to separate. And I'm also looking for a smaller number because a small number plus a small number will equal a big number. But a big number plus a small number, that's going to be an even bigger number, and I don't need a bigger number than this. So let's separate. 8, oh, I don't have 8. I'm going to take a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can take away 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm left with 4. Okay, guess what? I'm going to check the rest of the answer, but I only see one thing that has a 4 in the ones place. So, what do you think the answer probably is? I'm going to put a dot next to it. Okay, let's go ahead and finish. Minus 7 tens. Oh, I don't have 7 tens, so I'm going to take 100 and decompose it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, things are coming together very nicely, huh? There's a 6 in the tens place. Okay, minus 300s. 1, 2, 3. Now I have 3 left. It looks like our answer is 364. There we go. Yes, from me to you, it is very important to go ahead and just check your answer all the way through. But if I get it down, if I'm pretty sure of my math, and I get it down to 2 answer choices, I can feel pretty confident that this is probably the correct answer. But we checked it anyways. Okay, so 1, let's go to 2. The Metro Zoo has 2 white tigers. How many tigers? 2 white tigers. The female tiger weighs 383 pounds. The male tiger is 96 pounds heavier than the female tiger. What is the combined weight of the 2 white tigers? All right. So if I want to know the combined weight of both of the 2 tigers, I first have to figure out how much does the male weigh and how much does the female weigh, and then put those 2 together. I don't know how much the male weighs, only the female. The female weighs 383 pounds. And the male weighs 96 pounds heavier than her. So I got to figure out 383 plus 96 first. That will tell me how much the male is. Then I can find the combined weight of the boy and the girl. So let's do that. First, I got to solve this. 383 plus 96. I'm going to solve that the old-fashioned way. 383 plus 96. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 and 9, that's going to be 17. 7, carry the 1, that's 4. I know the male weighs 479. Okay, pause right here. 479 is an answer. Is that the answer of the weight of both of them? No, that is the answer for the weight of just the boy. So we can cross that off because, yeah, I did get 479 for the male, not for the male and female, and we're looking for the combined weight of the 2 white tigers. So what I can do now is put 479 and 383 together. Let's do it. All right, hundreds, tens, ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm sorry. So I'm bouncing back and forth. That is for this 10, so we need to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I have the 10s for both. And the hundreds for both. Now the ones for both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for that guy, and then 3 more for the female. Okay, so how many do we have all together? Let's see if we can make some groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is going to help me make another 10 and leave me with 2. Oh, I can already get rid of F. 1, it's way too small. Like, way too small. I know that if I put those together, I'm not going to get this tiny number. 400 and 300? Get out of here. 2, that's not even close. And it doesn't end in a 2, and I know that I have 2 ones. Okay, let's go to 10s. Let's see if we can make a group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 10s. Is there an answer that's, I don't know, sticking out to you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our answer is 752. All right, let's keep it going. Number 3, a total of $620, wow, was won by 3 students at the local history fair. Marty won $350, Cindy won $75, and Alvin won the rest. Which statement describes one way to find how much Alvin won? I don't want to read those yet. I want to make a representation. I know that a total, so when it says a total of something, I know that's my whole. $620. That's how much money 3 students won. How many students? 3 students. We have Marty, Cindy, and Alvin. Marty won $350. I'm going to make his box bigger because he won the most money. Well, so far. And then, so this is for Marty. That's for Marty. And this one is going to be only smaller because it's 75 and that's a smaller number, and that's for Cindy. So this is what we're looking for. How could I possibly find that out? Now, let's read. Add 350 and 75, then subtract from the sum from 620. Then subtract the sum from 620. Okay, well, I could. This says 350 plus 75 plus something equals 620. I could add those and then separate, okay? This says subtract 350 from 620, then add 75 to the difference. So I would subtract those and then add 75 to figure out the missing part. That does not sound correct to me. That sounds weird. Add to find the sum of 620, 350, and 75. Is that going to help me find the missing part if I add all of those together? No. Because together they won 620. And we know how much Marty won and we know how much Cindy won, but we don't know how much Alvin won. And if we put all those numbers together, we're going to get a big number that's more than 620. And he couldn't have possibly won more because together they only won that much money. So I don't think that that's a good choice. This says add 620 and 350. So I'm adding those and then subtracting 75. Why would I add those together? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Because if I add those together, I'm going to get a bigger number. And, like, I shouldn't have to add anything here because I already know what the whole is. That doesn't sound correct to me either. If I add these two together and then find the difference, then I can find the missing part. So add 350 and 75, then subtract the sum from 620. So our answer is A. All right, let's do number 4. On Saturday, the Canine family spent $384 for admission tickets to a theme park. They paid $197 for meals and bought souvenirs for $248. How much money did the Canine family spend on Saturday? What do you think we should do with all of these monies? Okay, so it says how much money did they spend? So let's find every time they spent some money. Hold on, you can't really see very good. I'm so sorry. Maybe a little bit better. Okay. So how much money did the Canine family spend? Let's find every time they spent some money. They spent $384. And then they paid. If I pay for something, I'm spending money. They paid $197. And bought. If I buy something, I'm spending money if I buy it. And bought souvenirs for $248. So how much money did they spend? What should I do with all of those numbers? I'm going to combine them. Okay, well, if I'm going to combine 384, 197, and 248, what is an answer choice that we can automatically get rid of because it is not reasonable? If I'm putting all of those together, which one of these is 100% not reasonable? If you said F, you are correct. Because if I'm adding 384 plus two other big numbers, I'm not going to get this small 187. I can automatically tell that this is not reasonable, so I'm going to go ahead and cross it off. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's start putting some numbers together. I have hundreds, tens, ones. 384. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's put the next number, 197. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 248. 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, and 8. I see a lot of ones and a lot of tens. Do you think that we can probably regroup some of those? I agree. We definitely need to. Let's see if we can make some groups of 10 and regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Found one. And those 10 ones are going to make another 10. All right, let's see what we got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Oh, well, this one we cannot decide because they all start with a 9 in the ones place. Let's keep going. All right, tons of 10s. Let's see if we can make 10 tens for 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure can. And that's going to be another 100. Let's see if we can make another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I sure can. And that's going to be another 100. So I got 1, 2. Oh, things are looking a little bit better. What can I cross off? Which answer choice could I cross off? What does not have a 2 in the tens place? If you said H, you are correct. All right, let's count how many hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's not 729, it's 829 because we had to regroup those tens to make hundreds. The answer is J. Lovely job. Let's keep going. Number 5. The Raiders soccer team raised money for equipment. Kelly and Hunter collected $440. They spent $99 on new soccer balls and $132 on new jerseys, which describes a way to find the amount of money the soccer team has left. Let's break it down. How much money do they have? Kelly and Hunter collected $440. And I want to figure out how much money, find the amount of money the soccer team has left. So if I know that they started with 440, let's represent it. They had 440. And then they spent $99 on new soccer balls. So what should I do with those numbers? I had $440, and then I spent some, $99, and then I spent some more, $132. I want to know how much I have left. Let's see. Subtract 99 from 440 and then add 132 to the difference. Okay, well, if I add 132, that's like saying that I got $132 and I didn't get money, I spent it. So I don't think A is reasonable. Add 440 and 99, then add 132 to the sum. So we're going to add all of these numbers to figure out how much I have left. That doesn't make sense to me because I didn't get $99 and I didn't get $132. We spent it. Kelly and Hunter spent it on new soccer balls and they spent it on new jerseys. And if I spend money, am I adding? No. Okay, add 440 and 99, then subtract 132 from the sum. Okay, like I said, I didn't earn that money. We spent it. So if I didn't earn it and I spent it, I shouldn't be adding what I spent on. This part is correct, subtract 132, but adding $99, that doesn't seem right to me, which leaves us with D. I should subtract 99 from 440 and then subtract 132. That sounds better because I'm subtracting how much I spent on soccer balls and then I'm subtracting how much I spent on jerseys. D is the correct answer. See, I told y'all this wasn't so scary. It's not taking us too long. Let's keep going. All right, number 6. Joshua, Carson, and Francisco collect marbles. What do? Collect marbles. Joshua has 427 marbles. Carson has 165 more marbles than Joshua. And Francisco has 279 fewer marbles than Carson. Which lists the boys' names in order from the fewest marbles to the greatest number of marbles. So we're looking to put their names from least to greatest. Well, how in the world do we do that? Okay, let's just, I'm going to get my scratch paper back out. And I know that, let's just put their names down. We have Joshua, Carson, and Francisco. And Joshua has 427 marbles. And Carson has 165 more marbles than Joshua. So he has plus 165 more than Joshua. Okay, and Francisco, so now we're looking at Francisco, and Francisco has 279 fewer marbles than Carson. Okay, so fewer means smaller, and to get something smaller, I gotta subtract some fewer. 279 fewer than Carson. Well, let's start by finding this guy first. 165 more than Joshua. How could I find that if he has more than Joshua? Yeah, you're right. Let's put those two together. So to figure out Carson, we got to do 427 plus 165. 7 plus 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I do that right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I was right the first time. Look at my brain second guessing myself. Carry the 1. 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 1 is 5. So Carson has 592. Okay, so if we're putting them from least to greatest right now, who has the greatest and who has the least? Carson has the greatest and Joshua has the least. Okay, now that we know how many Carson has, Francisco says 279 fewer than Carson. So if he has fewer, he has less than Carson. How could we find less than? What should we do with those numbers? You are right. We gotta separate. We gotta subtract. 592 minus 279. All right. Well, I can't do 2 minus 9, so I gotta cross that off, and I gotta give this a 10. So now I've used one of my 10s. It becomes an 8, and I'm giving this 10 1, so it makes it 12. 12 minus 9. 9, 10, 11, 12. That's gonna be 3. 8 minus 7 is 1, and 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, so now we know that Francisco has 313. Let's put these numbers in order from least to greatest. The least is 313 for Francisco. Then 427 for Joshua and 592 for Carson. So we need to find the answer that says Francisco, Joshua, and then Carson. And that would be this one. The answer is H. Wonderful. Let's flip to the back. We're going to the last page of math for this week. And there's only 5 questions on this side. We should get through this pretty quickly. Let's go to number 1. Lucius solved this subtraction problem. 703 minus 248 equals 455. Which equation could Lucius use to prove that his answer is correct? All right, we talked about this vocabulary word in one of the other videos. It's called inverse operations, which means that I can use, remember, inverse means opposite, so I can use the opposite operation to check my work. Well, the opposite operation of subtraction would be addition. So which two could I 100% get rid of if I'm using the inverse operation? C and D, because let's think about that. 455 minus 248. Okay, well, let me explain myself correctly, because yes, the inverse operation we can use, but 455 minus 248, that's going to give me a teeny tiny number. So I should not be using subtraction because I'm doing the inverse. I'm doing the opposite. Sorry, I was losing my train of thought there for a moment. So the inverse operation means the opposite. And I can use inverse operations to help me check my answer, which means instead of going this way to solve, now I need to check, and I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so I need to go from my answer to see if I can get one of these two numbers. So let's see. If I add 703 plus 248, am I going to get that answer? Is that a good way for me to check if I got that answer? No, because 703 plus 248 is not going to help me check to see if 455 is right. It's going to give me a totally different answer because I didn't add here first. I subtracted here first. So to add these two numbers together, it won't help me check 455. It's going to give me a totally new. But if I go backwards, like we talked about, I can go from 455 and inverse operation add 248, which should give me 703. Well, let's try it. 455 plus 248. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, it helped me check my answer. I have all of the same numbers that I have here. A is the correct answer. All right, let's do number 2. This chart shows the new books Miss Cortez ordered for the school library. New book order for fall and spring. Here is the counts for fiction, and here is the counts for nonfiction. How many more fiction books did Miss Cortez order in the spring than in the fall? So we're looking at fiction books. So we're looking only at this side. How many more fiction books did Miss Cortez order in the spring than in the fall? So I know that there's more in the spring. How many more in the spring? To figure out how many more, I'm going to have to subtract those two numbers. Minus 114. All right, well, let's do some base 10 blocks here. Hundreds, tens, ones. I have 142, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. I cannot take away 4 from 2 because that is too much. So I'm going to borrow a 10. I'm going to decompose it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take away 4. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. All right, minus 110. I got 2 left. And minus 100. I have none, so my answer is 28. Okay, well, let's fill this in. In the hundreds place, this would be hundreds, tens, and ones. I have 0 hundreds. I'm going to color in 0. How many tens do I have? I have 2 tens. And so 0, 28. And I have 8 ones. Great job. Let's do number 3. All right, this cart shows how many lunches the gourmet tray cafeteria served in 1 week. We have the day of the week, Monday through Friday, and the number of lunches for each day. How many fewer lunches were served on the first day of the week than on the last day? So how many fewer on the first day? First day of the week is Monday. Remember, fewer means smaller. So if I'm looking for how many fewer, I'm looking for how much smaller this is than the last day. This sounds like a comparing problem, and if we're comparing, then we know we need to subtract. So we're going to do 408 minus 262 equals how many less on Monday there were than Friday? Because this is for Friday and this is for Monday, so this will tell us how many less were served on Monday than on Friday. Let's subtract here. I'm going to do hundreds, tens, and ones. I have 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, no tens, and 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, minus 262. So let's take away 2 ones. 1, 2. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Uh-oh, no tens, but I have to take away 6. We need to decompose 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take away 6. I'm sorry if my little mouse was in the way. I did not mean for that to happen. All right, minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And cross all of those off. I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, minus 2 hundreds. Minus 1, 2. Our answer is 146, which is B. Also, if I wanted to take some of these answers off, I could have automatically eliminated D, because if I know that fewer lunches were served on Monday, I just want to know how many fewer were served on Monday. I would not be thinking this big number, because I know Monday was smaller than Friday, and my answer could not possibly be bigger than Friday. So we could have automatically taken D off and gone between A, B, and C instead. All right, let's do number 4 and 5, and we'll be done with math for the day. All right, here we go. What is the difference between the total number of lunches served on Tuesday? The total what? What is the difference? What is the difference between the total number of lunches served on Tuesday and Wednesday? So what is the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday and the total number of lunches served on Friday? Oh, so we're going to have to subtract some numbers here. So it says the difference between the total number of lunches served on Tuesday and Wednesday and the total number of lunches served on Friday. So what this means is we're going to have to put Tuesday and Wednesday together and find the difference between that and Friday. Tricky, tricky. Okay, so Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be 355. That's for Tuesday. I found it right here. Tuesday. And Wednesday is 311. And Friday was 408. All right, well, let's think about that. How do I figure out how many was served on Tuesday and Wednesday to then find the difference between Friday? What do we have to do first before we can subtract? We're going to have to put these together. You are correct. So 355 plus 311, let's add them up. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. 666. Creepy number. I'm sorry. Okay, minus 408. Okay, now we can find the difference between Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday. We're going to have to take away. So let's do hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 ones. Now I can start taking away. 8. Uh-oh, I only have 6. I need to decompose a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take away 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm left with 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm left with 8. Which one of these ends in an 8? It's not that. And not that or that. Okay, I'm thinking maybe J. Let's check. Okay, minus 0 tens. Hold on, Miss Embreeze is having a brain fart. Okay, I had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I took away that. That's 8. But then if I take away 0 tens, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something is not something-ing. Because none of those answers make sense to me. Hold on, we're going to do some calculator math. Okay, so we have... Oh! Look at Miss Embreeze. She's making all kinds of mistakes. Okay, I said 355. Y'all, please look at this number. I said Tuesday was 355. That says 335. Y'all. It's because I've been doing math for like forever now. My brain is tired. Let's scoot it over. We're going to start over and we're going to say Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we did not have 355. We had 335. Pardon me. And 311. Okay, and then on Friday, we had 408. Y'all, let's put that together. 5, 6, 3, 4, and then 3 and 3 is 6. So 646 minus 408. Let's do that instead. My bad. Okay, hundreds, tens, ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm telling you, that 666 number had me creeped out. I wasn't even thinking straight. And 4 tens, okay, and 6 ones. Now we can take away. We know that we can't take away 8 because we're going to have to decompose a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Now minus 8. 6, 7, 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 left. Now we can take away 0 tens. That's going to be 3 tens left. And minus 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're left with 2. So our answer should be 238. Let's see. Oh, it's just like we suspected. All right. Number 5. Cedric wrote these number pairs according to a rule. Which other number pair fits Cedric's rule? Oh, okay. These kinds of questions are kind of tricky for the brain. According to a rule, 268, 231. So I'm trying to think about how did I get from this number to that number? $413 to 376. And then 771 to 734. Which other number pair fits Cedric's rule? Let me do some math really fast so I can be thinking while you are thinking. 268. Ooh, I figured it out. Okay. I am just going to kind of show you what this means. So when we're thinking about according to a rule just means a pattern. And in numbers, in math, everything is patterns. There is nothing that I cannot think of that does not have a pattern in math. All numbers do. So when I'm thinking about, okay, what can I do with these numbers here? What can I do with those numbers? And what can I do with those numbers to find a pattern? Well, I'm just going to show you because it is our last question. We have not talked about this in class yet. So I'm going to show you on my calculator. What can I do with these two numbers? Well, I can add them. Let's see, 268 plus 231, and that's going to give me 499. Okay, well, I know if I come over here, the pattern is not going to be the same because if I have 413 and I add 376, I'm not going to get 499. And the pattern, the rule, needs to be the same for all of them. So let's try this again. 268 minus 231, 37. Okay, I'm going to write that to the side. 413, let's see if the rule is the same if we subtract. 413 minus 376. Ooh, 37 again. We found a pattern between those two. Let's check the last one. 771 minus 734. 37. But it's not just 37, it's minus 37 because the difference between those numbers is 37. Because if I take 231 plus 37, I'm going to get 268. So to get from here to here, I had to take away 37. So which other number pair fits Cedric's rule? Well, let's find the difference really fast. Let's see if we have to take away 37. 295 minus 37, 258. Nope, can't be A. All right, 472 minus 37. 435, we're close, but not quite. Okay, 815 minus 37, 778. Okay, let's check the last one. 641 minus 37, 604. Nope, didn't work. Our answer is B. We will learn more about this in class later. We have not gotten this far just yet. But what I want you to think is, how did I get from this first number to the second number? If I went smaller, I had to subtract something. And to get to that, I had to take away 37. This was a trickier one. The ones we do in class won't be as tricky. Okay? And no, I'm so sorry, but you cannot use a calculator in class or on your test. So, that was just because you hadn't had a question like this in school yet. All right, congrats. We are done with math. See you later.